Sunday, I headed back home, and Kirk was supposed to fly in at midnight, and then we were going to leave Monday morning at like 8 a.m. And he gets stuck in California on Sunday night. So he makes it to Dallas at 1 or 2 a.m. I can't remember, but middle of the night. And I'm not sure if he's coming all the way to Springfield or if he's going to have to catch the 7 a.m. flight. So I'm up. He's had zero sleep. I've had 2 hours of sleep. He ends up getting the 7 a.m. flight. So I got 2 hours of sleep that night, picked him up at the airport at 8:30. He came home, he showered, kind of repacked what I had already packed him, and we left at 10 a.m. for Kentucky. And then so during the meeting, she was getting induced at midnight, which is so weird for us in the Midwest here because they don't do that. But in Kentucky, they start them at midnight, which I don't know if that's good or bad. But anyway, they started induction at midnight. And so we wanted to be there early to pray with her before they went to the hospital. And they wanted to take like a nap, like a 1 to 2 hour nap before they went to the hospital. So during our meeting last week, we were actually gathered at their house to pray over them. So that's what I was like, I started the meeting and then we were praying. So I put my phone, because it wouldn't let me completely turn the volume down because I was recording. So I put the phone in the bathroom, and then I got all the texts when we got done, like, I'm trying to get in, and all. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I felt so bad. So I'm so sorry. I think that was Spring who I left hanging, but that was what was happening. So we prayed over them. We had cake. I know what you want to have right before you go into labor, but we had ice cream cake actually. And then we got a room at a cottage because they had some friends that was going to stay at their house. And so we slept from like midnight until 4 a.m. My husband had an early morning call. He forgot the time change, so he was up an hour early. So we ended up only sleeping 4 hours that night. So in 48 hours, I had 6 hours of sleep and he had 4. And so we were like not functioning very well. So we ended up napping during the day until early evening. We were getting texts and we couldn't go in her room anyway. So we were like, we might as well rest. And so glad we did, because she had Millie at 11 p.m. Tuesday night and 23 hours of labor. So what happened with her is so she was trying to go all natural. Kudos to her for that. But it just wasn't working very well. And they went to give her an epidural and it went in sideways. So they tried to pull it out to put some saline in it so it would go in straight. And when they did, the catheter that was in her back broke off. So she had a piece of the epidural catheter broken off in her back. And they wouldn't give her another epidural, and they wouldn't do anything about it. Like, I mean, there was nothing they could do. And so that was a whole debacle in itself, because Mama Bear here, I'm like, I know those things can cause paralyzation. Like, I'm like super like anxious and worried about all of this. And so she's fine. They did a CAT scan. They decided just to leave it because it would become part of her body, or it would eventually work its way out. I don't know how I feel about that, but that's what they decided to do. And everything was fine. And so, so Millie came. They ended up keeping them an extra night. And so they didn't come home until Friday. And then, so we stayed with their dog on Thursday night, and then Friday night we stayed with them, kind of helped them get acquainted at home, and some extra sleep, and we made food for them and stuff like that. Then they were having some friends come over, so we ended up leaving on Saturday. And we were like, it's just a few hours out of our way, so let's go to Kirksville. So we ended up driving to Kirksville to see Eliana again and see her very first Truman volleyball game. And so that was super fun. We were late, but we it was fun to be there at her first game. So that has been my 2 weeks in a very quick nickel version. It's been very exciting. And I am glad to be home just because, I can get a little bit more sleep, but I do miss the babies and they are absolutely precious. Eliana is like active, squirmy, like legs moving, lots of expressions, all kinds of facial expressions. Millie is like, doesn't move at all, like still. Like she just lays there. I'm like, I'm always checking her to see if she's breathing. I'm like, is she breathing? But they're both just, and Millie also is like a really soft crier. Eliana is like a loud crier. So they already have different personalities, which is so funny. But they were both close to the same weight and height, and they both had hair. So I kind of get them confused in pictures. Like I've had to make albums so I know who is who because they look so much alike. But anyway, that's been our 2 weeks. It's been a little crazy. So thanks for hanging with me. But and thanks for everyone who jumped in last week and shared about open houses and all that kind of stuff. And it was like, today I realized tomorrow is the last day of the month. Mind blown. September is over. I can't believe it. So I'm working on a new theme, which I'm excited about. But tomorrow night is the last night to take advantage of our bows and blessings, gifts, and prizes. And I have to give a shout out for Cheryl Jones, who has turned in her holiday goal sheet. So congratulations, Cheryl. I have some prizes. You can pick one. And this is the last call, okay? Y'all have had 2 weeks for this. So if you have not finished your goal sheet and you want to turn it in, do so no later than tomorrow night, okay? I will accept it through tomorrow night, but that's it. Okay, so Cheryl, hopefully you can see these. I have a set of socks with bows on them. They're kind of little fuzzy. There's a white and pink and a black and white. Then I have a wall charger with a bow on it. Isn't that cute? I have a coin purse of your choice, black or pink. It's just a coin purse. And then I have a canvas bag with a bow on it. So you can pick first which one you want. And you guys kind of know the prizes that I purchased. Those were all from Kirksville. Eliana took her very first trip to the store, Hobby Lobby. And so she helped me pick out prizes for you guys. So, so turn those puppies in, okay? Okay, Cheryl is going to do our devotion tonight, and we are doing, feel a little off here. Can't remember the name of it, but let me pull it up. You were born for significance.
Okay.
We are
are you able to hear me okay?
Yes, we can totally hear you.
Okay. All right. Well, I was going to type, but I'll just say it. I would like the bow wall charger because that's adorable. And I'm using a brand new computer, and I sit in here and got all this set up, and for some reason it's not letting me show me through the video, and I didn't want to take time to keep messing with it. So I'll try to log on my phone as soon as I get through with this, but I can't do both at the same.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah. So,
I got the heard for you. I got your name on it.
Okay, awesome. This is the life of blessing. We must remember that while the new covenant is greater than the old covenant, and the blessings of the old should never surpass those of the new, herein lies a blessing that I believe made it through the cross unchanged. Aaron was given this decree to announce over God's people. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance on you and give you peace. So they shall invoke my name on the sons of Israel, and then I will bless them. That's Numbers 6:24 through 27. We have been predestined to live with the blessings of the Lord on our life as calling cards that others would accept his invitation to receive his grace. While blessing is relative according to our assignment in life, it carries the revelation of God's heart as a father for all to receive. Learning to carry this may well be a key in seeing the kingdoms of this world become the kingdom of our Lord and Christ. Comparing ourselves to one another can only lead to wrong thinking and ultimately wrongdoing. It is the breeding ground for jealousy. The theology of blessing is not to give us fat bank accounts. It's not to illustrate our greatness or giftedness, and it's certainly not to say that we are better than someone else. What has been missing must be embraced to illustrate the success of the cross and its corresponding resurrection, to bring the ultimate illustration of a life well lived and the corresponding transformation to nations of the world. We have the distinct honor of demonstrating the effect of grace on our lives. Love has been perfected among us in this, that we may have boldness in the day of judgment, because as he is, so are we in this world. That's 1 John 4:17. Let's go back to one of the most remarkable statements in the whole New Testament. As he is, so are we in the world. It doesn't say as he was. Sometimes our concerns for excess cause us to miss truth. What is meant here? Does this mean we will never need correction, repentance, growth, or discipline again? Of course not. This passage simply describes that we're being conformed into the image of our victorious and glorious Savior. It's all about the glory of God upon his people. Our lives are not patterned after the Christ headed to the cross. Yes, the life of the cross is still essential for all of us, but it leads to something: resurrection. We are being conformed into the image of the one who is raised from the dead, ascended to the right hand of the Father, and glorified. We model the life of resurrection through victory, and sometimes we model the life endurance until the victory comes. Picture a potter looking to a model and shaping the clay accordingly. We are being shaped by the Holy Spirit into the likeness of the model, Jesus Christ, the ascended one. He is glorified and at the right hand of the Father. All the ego-centered materialistic efforts to represent godliness through fleshly manifestations are counterfeit copies, and poor copies at that. We have the unique privilege of living the resurrection life here on earth as a demonstration of who he is for all humankind. God has designed all of us to become one mature man or woman, one mature man, the fullness of Christ. That is his heart, his plan, and within his capacity to accomplish. May it happen in our lifetime, till we all come to the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of God, to a perfect man, to the measure of the stature of the fullness of Christ. That is Ephesians 4:13. We must give ourselves to learn how to live victoriously, reigning in life, for as he is, so we are in this world. 1 John 4:17. It's time for that reality to be the living testimony of the church in this hour. This is all for his glory, for our strength, and for salvation to come to the nations. We were born for such a time as this, a time of increasingly great significance. That's it.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. There are a few verses of reference, Numbers 6:24 through 27, 1 John 4:17, Ephesians 4:13. And then the question is, based on today's
Oh,
reading, one thing God is saying to you. Um, I think we've all kind of seen in the last few weeks a lot of talk about, who you are in Christ and what you share with others. Um, and there's been a lot of talk about that because of the assassination of Charlie Kirk, as you all are aware of. And then, the church that was set afire. Um, there's so many things that are happening in the world right now. And for a lot of people, it would be a reason to just kind of live back and like not show yourself as a Christ follower or as a Christian. But for those that really believe and those that are bold, it's their time to step forward and to claim who they are and to, live in victory and share their story with others. And so I don't know where you are on that spectrum right now, what your beliefs are, or even what you stand for. But if you are not sure, and you're not one that can just say, hey, I'm a believer, I believe in Jesus Christ and I want to follow him, I encourage you to find someone who can share the truth with you. I encourage you to seek it out so that you know what you believe, because as we all know, time can be short. We could die tomorrow. We could die in a week or a month or, 100 years. Who knows, right? We don't know. God knows, but we don't know. And so I would not want to not know what I believe. And if you ever want to talk to me, I would love for you to pick me to talk to you through it, talk to you with it, share truth with you, and show you scripture that supports all of that. And if I'm not available and you know somebody else that you trust, then go to them because they would love to share that with you. And I just want to encourage you to know what you believe because you believe it. We were always so big on that. When our kids were growing up, is we didn't want them to just believe us because we told them. We always encouraged them to find out what they believed. Like, okay, so we said that, so prove us that we're right. We want you to find out that what we're saying is true. Don't just believe your pastor because he stands up there and tells you. Like, you figure it out. And I feel like that's what Cheryl just shared with you, is that we were born, each of us were born for such a time as this. And right now is no better time than now to share your beliefs and be bold in your faith. And I want you to be able to do that with confidence and knowing what you believe because you believe it, not because somebody else told you. So if you need resources, or if you need scripture, or if you need a devotion, or if you have questions, take the time to figure that out. Okay. Anybody feel like they heard something that kind of resonated with them tonight during the devotion? Something that Cheryl read, or a verse, something that stood out to you?
So I have to chime in here, um, because it's really interesting that you use the phrase "finding your identity," Jen, because I have in front of me my own Devo called A Case of God-Given Identity, a workbook for finding purpose and fighting fear.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting a podcast with this.
Awesome.
So
Do another resource.
I have this, I've got this website that my father had recommended. My father's pastor of a church called
Oh, okay.
the blueletterbible.org. So it gives you every translation of the Bible for easy access and tools and translating things and
Mhm.
something easier for a new Christian can understand. So
Great.
I've been super excited about this and super nervous about this, and you've just kind of affirmed and set that I'm on the right path.
I
So
love it.
thank you for that, Jen.
Absolutely. I love it, Courtney. And if you want another resource, I don't know if you were on when I was studying Jamie Winship, Living Fearless. Jamie Winship is one of my recent favorite authors. Him and his wife, Donna and Jamie Winship, they wrote Living Fearless, and I've been watching podcasts and I've been to his workshop and reading his book, and it's literally changed my life. In fact, the Christmas present that y'all gave me last year was based on that identity that Christ gave me through that book. And so the pearl necklace, my God name is Pearl. And so I love that. Thank you for sharing that with me. I will definitely be praying, and I would love to listen to your podcast. So you have to share with us.
I'll send you the link when it's all said and done.
Awesome. Great. So fun. Anyone else? I really did enjoy this Bible study or devotion that we had this month. I thought everyone was great. Okay, Courtney, I'm going to let you go ahead and do product knowledge, because if you'll see behind me, I have a lot of things I want to share, and I don't want to miss your opportunity to share. So why don't you share, and then I'll do that, and I'll probably go right up until the end of time.
Okie dokie. I don't have the full information in front of me, but product knowledge is on our setting spray.
Okay.
I am a firm believer in using our setting spray. You don't have to use much of it. Give it a good shake, give it a good spray. If I can get the ingredient list in front of me, I can definitely do this a whole lot better. Now a little nervous, sorry.
No, you're good.
Where is our... Gotta do it on my phone. I can't find it on that page. I feel horrible in not being on top of things. I'm so sorry, folks.
You're good. Hey, while you're doing that, I can see if I missed anyone for last week's call. I have down, just based on the YouTube video that was recorded, I have down that Cheryl watched the replay, and then I have Janine, Natalie, Spring, Elisa, and Courtney. Did I miss anyone? Because what happened is the recording only would show two people. So I had to keep watching it to see who popped up. So I'm afraid that I might have missed somebody. So if you are on, send me a chat and let me
I
know.
took a picture and I never sent it to
Good.
you.
Oh, awesome. Send me that.
It's like I didn't want to disrupt whatever was going on because we didn't know.
Right. Thank you.
Did our setting spray get discontinued?
No, not that I'm aware of.
I can't find it.
Great. I hope it's not.
I hope not either, because I really like the product.
No, it's in the book. Well, let's just give some testimonials. Who uses the finishing spray? Every day, all day. Yes. Can't live without it. And one tip I would say about that is if you're extra oily, use it instead of the foundation primer. You can also use it under foundation and on top of foundation. But I'm glad you said, Courtney, that you don't have to use too much, because sometimes if you use too much, you do get a little bit more oily, or it doesn't work as well, I think. I have done that before where I have overused it.
So I have a friend of mine who stayed with me over the weekend, beginning of September, and we had this guest speaker at church by the name of Rachel Stahl. She is a phenomenal person. I highly recommend if you're able to find anything of her, check it out. So she is praying over each member of the congregation. My friend has never experienced the movement of the Spirit of the Lord before until that Sunday. And she is bawling her eyes out, and I'm bawling my eyes out. And she looks at me and she's like, "How is your makeup still so good?" It's the setting spray.
What a great testimonial. That's
They
awesome.
can survive the Spirit of the Lord. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
Love that.
recommend the setting spray to anybody who does glam makeup, or if you're trying a new little Halloween look, use your setting spray because it will be helpful. Make sure you use a good cleanser with that Halloween makeup because it can be a pain in the butt to get off.
Yes. Love it. Anyone else want to share a tip or a testimonial about the finishing spray?
Well, I know you like to layer, like whenever you're doing your makeup. I think you gave that tip once that you layered between like foundation and then your blush and stuff. Well, I actually used all Mary Kay makeup to make werewolf scratches down my face for a roller derby bout. And this has been 3 years ago, I think. And by the end of the game, and I had sweated and I had skated and worked and I was tired. It looked like I had just done it. Like it was still intact, still there. You could see where it rubbed on my helmet, but that's contact. But otherwise it was still there, and I'm pretty sure it was just the finishing spray and kind of locking it in place.
That's awesome. Love that. I'd love to see that picture too, Natalie. Cheryl, you wanted something to say?
Yeah, this is unconventional. You will not find this on the website for use, but when in a pinch, it does help when you spray here. And I found all that out at a seminar. And if with your legs, like under your dresses and stuff, if we don't like to wear hosiery, and well, even if you did wear hosiery, but your legs rub together, and it's hot. Using that discreetly, it does help. If you dry it, it will help keep your legs from rubbing together and getting chaffing.
Wow, I did not know this. You just made my mind blow.
Yeah, that was, I heard someone on the bus talking about that on a day, I think it was 3 years ago, maybe, or 4. The year that we were watching Renee really closely, and I wore all those long skirts and I didn't wear any hosiery. And I had my sandals on, and I had heard her say something about it. So I tried it out the next day when we did, walk arounds and all that. I'm telling you, it worked. It worked. It was a game changer.
That's crazy.
Yeah, just spray it of a morning, especially if you're going to be in, something like that all day. Spray it on the inner parts of your thighs, and it will, just like powder, but it doesn't get that all over your clothes. So anyway.
Nice tip. Thank you. That is great. I love that. Okay. Well, tonight our topic is gift ideas. So I brought up a whole lot. So I'm just going to dive in. Last week I didn't get my 2 cents in for open houses, but I wanted to show you my stockings. And what I do for my holiday open house is I have these baby stockings and I put the discount inside, and they get, I usually do more of like 15-20% off, and then I do like 40%, 35%, or 2 or whatever, depending on how many you have coming. I wouldn't do all of them 40% off, or you could add, like free gifts, like a free eyeshadow or a free whatever in the basket or something like that. So these are super fun to use for a holiday open house. You can do them different ways. I've done them a lot of different ways. And last year I started doing my discount, my regular open house discount, and then I would do double deals. So, you know, the 50% off double deals every month at my open houses, I would let them pick two 50% off for $50. So they would have to spend 50. So that means if their discount was, you know, 20% off, they'd actually be purchasing about $70 or whatever. So they'd actually have to be spending 50. They get two half price items, and I call them double deal days. And then the other thing that I do, depending on how much of a discount you give. Now, if you start off with 40%, 30%, you can't do this. But if you start off with 15 or 20%, then you could do a double discount when they schedule a Christmas get together with their friends. They get a double discount. So double deals and double discount is something that I do at my holiday open house, and I have actually gotten several bookings from that. So I would just wanted to add that 2 cents into what you guys talked about last week. Okay, so let's see. This is a oldie but goodie, our coffee and cream set. I always add in these little gloves from Walmart. They usually come in a package of 2, and they're usually like just maybe $1, $2. They're not very expensive. Might be $5 for 2 or something like that, but they're not more than $1 or 2 each. And everybody loves these. They're also called gas gloves. So you can use these to put in your coffee mug. And this is coffee and cream. It just is a hand cream, and your gloves, obviously put a pick in there, some shred or something like that. And my favorite place, if you're a thrifter, best place to go is like Goodwill or something like that. See if you can find some great mugs. Also, did you kill him? I need you to be my hero. We have a possum posse that is in our garage every single night. It's
I can give
the
you
gross.
let me give you a recommendation. Get yourself a live trap with sunflower bird seed in it. They'll go straight to it. My dad's done that. He's caught in 3 possums, 6 groundhogs, and an armadillo.
The problem is we have a cat.
Does the cat like birdseed?
I don't know, but I would not want to get her in a live trap. So we have thought about a trap if we put her in the garage, but anyway.
Well, if you catch her once, I guarantee she won't get caught again.
That's probably
I don't need a trap. I'm a professional hunter. I will kill this son, you know what? And he will be dead. He's going to die.
I mean, I've caught.
And how
3
long's
mice
this
in
been there?
The last 24 hours. So you know.
okay. He is. This little possum has bothered us for weeks. He thought he killed it once, and it showed back up last night. It played possum. Imagine that.
Me, I literally am fighting you. I can't-
Avid hunter, huh?
Yeah, avid hunter. Right.
Who was that?
That was Spring.
Spring? Nice, lady.
Okay. Anyway, when I got up while Cheryl was doing the devotion, he was knocking at the front door because the possum was in the garage. So he was trying to get it. Oh, anyway, okay, back to what we were talking about. So mugs, great place is Goodwill or any kind of like thrift store. Be sure to check thrift stores. They have great things, and usually they're 50 cents or $1. They're super cheap. Dollar Tree is also really great. I would not spend the amount that it costs at like Hobby Lobby and things like that. You can get great mugs at a much cheaper cost other places. So this is coffee and cream. It's a favorite, or even just the gloves and the hand cream and wrap it in a bow is great for teachers. It's great for coworkers. It's great for secret sisters, all those kind of things. And in my opinion, what has worked well for me is having these made up ahead of time. So they're grab and go items, having like 1 or 2 options that are at a lower price, and then 1 or 2 at a medium price, and then maybe 1 at a larger price. Not investing a lot of money on a whole bunch of different things. Just focus on, anywhere from 2 to 5 different items, keeping it simple, and then remanufacturing them. Okay, these are super cute. I got these. Are these not cute? I think they're so cute. I got these. I got these at seminar. Spring, do you remember? Okay, Court of Achievers. Court of Achievers, they have these, and they're in a pack. It actually goes with the sanitizer. It's called Sanitizer Bundle. Now the sanitizer is going out. So if you have sanitizers, this would be a great way for you to market them, to get rid of them. But I thought they were super cute on the lip sets too. Here is the sanitizer with the Santa hat. So now they also come with these papers that you can wrap your sanitizer in. They're so cute, right? So you've got the papers and you've got the hats. It's a very inexpensive cost. So if you have a lot of the sanitizers, this would also work with the finishing spray that we were just talking about, because it's the same type of bottle. So that is one idea. And last year, this was trending, the caboodle. And I love this idea because if you have any kind of inventory, you probably have bits and pieces of things that may or may not be moving, or maybe discontinued items. And you can grab, now this is one caboodle size, this is another caboodle size. So you can see the difference. Obviously one holds way more than others, so it depends on what you're trying to move in your inventory or what you have on hand. But this is a great way to move discontinued product and market it for like teenagers or kids for Christmas time. So this was pretty, I can't remember the cost of it, but I want to say it was under $10. I'm pretty sure that it was. Be sure that when you are adding up all of your things, that you add in the items, okay? Or if you didn't spend too much on your packaging, that's your discount. You price your product, and then your packaging is tax deductible. So anything that you purchase for your packaging could be free and tax deductible if you want to do it that way. Otherwise, you want to be sure to, this would be like a larger gift item, but you could fill it with whatever you want. Now, the other thing that I found, and I love this because you could do mask, you could do, you could even do skincare, like the hydrating or the mattifying skincare set. This would be great to do a set with. And some extra fun things. Now, I found all of this at Walmart, okay? These are the little head bows, I have the mask. This was a little cosmetic bag. Now, again, you don't want to spend too much, okay? So be sure that you price point everything. These were $5. I think you could find them at a Dollar Tree for much less. So these would be great add-ons. Or last year, Walmart had these little fuzzy blankets for $5. I thought they were super cute. So you could kind of customize this however you want it and make it any kind of price point, which is what I like. And then again, with this one as well, it's a smaller version. Okay, and then from that Quart of Achievers, I wanted to show you, I wish I had the prices here because I don't remember, and that was July, and I've slept since then, but this is a bundle of pink and black cosmetic bags. They are vinyl, so they're slick, but easily you could put a set together with a bow around this and make it a great price point, either a small price point or a medium price point, either one. They also have these super cute bags. I got 2 of these because I thought they were so darn cute. And I think you could easily put a satin hands in here. You could do a body lotion and shower gel, but they're like a vinyl, easy, put in just string and a bow. I mean, easy, easy, easy. I'm all about easy, can you tell? And then I want to show you 2 more things. One is our pillow gift, which I actually sell a lot of these at my open house. And there's 2 different sizes. These came from Dollar General last year. So the other thing that you want to think about is after the holidays, when everything is marked down 75% off, you want to find things that you used and stock up for next year. That's what I've got. So these are the small. Let me open them up and show you. So a pillow gift, for those of you who don't know what that is a gift that you take to a party and you leave it on their pillow to say thank you. So maybe it's your mom, maybe it's your mother-in-law, maybe it's your friend who had a Christmas party, and you take one of these. They're like a I don't know what you call this size, but this is the small one, but it comes in a larger version. But they are super cute. You get in this package, it was 4 for $1, so 25 cents each. You can put a little tissue in it, some shred. You can do a satin lip set is perfect for this. You could do a hand sanitizer. I don't think you could fit a hand cream, but you could do, I'm about to sneeze. You could do a mini eye makeup remover and a mini mascara. So there's all kinds of ideas that you could add to this size, or you could do a little bit larger and do like hand cream or foot lotion. I will tell you, the foot lotion and the socks will sell out in October. They always do every year. So be sure if you want to use those that you get right on those products. You can take pre-orders. Make up one and then take pre-orders. And then that way you can make them pay half down, do the pre-orders, and then you can purchase the product and get the remaining when you deliver. Okay? Anybody have any questions on those things? Okay, the last thing I want to share with you is my favorite ribbon. I'm all about bows, but I'm also about simplicity and easiness. And this tulle ribbon is my favorite. You can get it at Hobby Lobby. You can also get it other places, but Hobby Lobby always has it 50% off. Sometimes after Christmas, you can get it half off or 75% off for Valentine's Day, and then Valentine's Day for Christmas, because it's always red and white and pink. So you can always use the same colors. This whole thing is $9.99. If you get it 50% off, it's $5. And they make the best bows because they're big and full, and you can just keep tying them and you can just make it bigger and bigger, and it's so beautiful. This is super fun because, as you can tell, it is glittery. But forewarning you, it makes a mess. So you want to definitely be sure that you're someplace that you can, have sparkle everywhere. So those are just some of my favorite things. The most important thing is that you get a plan. Like, what are the things that you really want to promote, and how are you going to do that? And then get your supplies and start making them now, because people are purchasing Christmas gifts now. It's October, right? So hopefully that gave you some ideas and things that you can consider for the holidays. Really quickly, let me remind you, bows and blessing gifts prizes are finishing up tomorrow. We have our bow cosmetic bags. 1200 wholesale is the bow purse that looks like this. So cute. 15 faces is the bow beauty cases. 5 additions for the coupon club is the bow necklace, and then the rings for attending all 4 meetings. So right now I have Cheryl Jones. Janine, you're missing September 15th, so be sure to go back and watch that and send me the code word. Natalie Wise has earned the rings. Spring Frazier has earned the rings. Alyssa Harness has only missed tonight, so hopefully you are going to go back and watch that. CJ has earned the rings, and Kira just needs to go back 9/22 and 9/8 to watch those. Send me your code word, and then you'll have earned the rings as well. And the rings are my favorite, you guys. They are so cute. In case you haven't seen them, it is worth your time. You've got the pearl ring. So cute. And you've got 2 different rings. I'm keeping this set for myself because I like it so much. They are adjustable, so they're a little bit, on the cheaper version, but super trendy, super cute. So that's what you get for all 4 meetings this month. Okay, anybody have any questions? Congratulations to Cheryl and Janine and Spring for earning the trend report from Miranda, and hopefully they'll have a chance to watch it, and maybe next Monday we can hear from you guys on some tips that you learned for that. Natalie, thank you for the reminder. PCP has begun enrollment for that. Yes.
I said don't lay on the keyboard. Sorry, my cat's on my keyboard.
Let me take a quick picture and give you a code word. Okay, everybody, smile. And let's say welcome Millie, because we said welcome Ileana 2 weeks ago. So this week will be welcome Millie. How about that? Millie, Millie Sue. Isn't that so great? Millie and Maddie. I love it. So cute. Anyway, you guys are awesome. Let's finish strong. Honestly, I haven't even been on In Touch in a few days. I know we were over 10,000, so I know we're on our way to our goal, but I don't know where we are. So watch Facebook tomorrow. I'll give you the rundown on our finishing our goal up tomorrow, and let me know if I can help or support you. All right. I love you guys. Happy September. Thanks, everybody.